Halloweno Ghost Poppers. Hey, welcome back to Smokin and Drinkin. I'm Mike, and it's Halloween. I've got my guest helper, Skelly, with me. And since it's Halloween, we're going to make Halloweno Ghost Poppers, otherwise known as jalapeno poppers. The ingredients we'll be using we have 12 jalapenos that we will core and stuff. We have 8 ounces of shredded pepper jack cheese and 8 ounces of cream cheese. We will wrap them in bacon, and we're going to season them we're going to add some Melinda's ghost pepper wing sauce. That'll really turn up the heat. And then we're going to season it with Traeger pork and poultry rub, and then we'll put it on the smoker. We're going to have a little accent. We're going to cut the tops, core them out, stuff the ingredients in, and we're going to cut little caps with our Sargento Fiesta pepper string cheese to plug the hole. So let's get started. All right, first we need to mix up our stuffing, which is our cheeses. So we got our pepper jack cheese that's been shredded, and our 8 ounces of cream cheese. It's been softened, so it's a little easier to mix. Just going to kind of mix that together as best we can. We want it to be a good homogeneous mix. Ooh, I am a messy cook. I've said that before. Those of you who've watched my videos, you know. Tell you, this spoon is just not cutting the mustard. We need something a little more firm. There we go. Always use the right tools. Makes work a lot easier. Once we get the cheese mixed up, then we're going to add a little bit of the Traeger pork and poultry rub. And just give that a mix. You can either add the ghost pepper wing sauce to your stuffing, or you can sprinkle it on after. Well, since we're going to core these, we have to put it in now. If you were splitting your jalapenos like people often do, you could just sprinkle this on each one. If you had people who maybe didn't like it so hot, you could withhold some of the ghost pepper sauce. We like it hot around here. We're just going to mix it all in. It's going to be hot. But they are called Halloweno Ghost Poppers after all, so gotta have that ghost pepper. Of course, if you don't like it that hot, don't add the ghost pepper sauce. In your kitchen, you do it your way. That is perfectly fine. Okay, set that aside. Next, we'll core are jalapenos. Notice I'm wearing rubber gloves, both for cleanliness, sanitary, but also I have a bad habit of rubbing my nose and my eyes, touching my face. And when you're working with jalapenos, you don't want to rub your eyes. So it's good to wear gloves. So anyway, so we're going to get started here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the top off of the pepper. And a buddy of mine gave me this. It's a handy dandy core tool. So just go into the top of the pepper and give it a twist as you put a little pressure on. You can feel it cutting the core and the veins and everything out of there. All the things that you want to take out. And then you handy little core. And just want to get in there and scrape out those veins. Make a nice cavity for us to add our stuffing to. Again, like I said, you could just cut them in half, split them down the middle, and just stuff each half. But we're trying it something a little different this time. Okay. Once you get all of the innards out, and then you can move on to the next one. Same process. Want to be kind of careful not to rip the whole pepper open, the smaller ones especially. Now these bigger ones are a little easier to work with, but some of the small ones could be a little bit of a challenge. And once you get down far enough, you know you're down far enough when the core comes out. If you start to pull out and it doesn't come along, you didn't go deep enough. So I won't make you watch me do all of these. It's not very exciting television, so we'll be back when we get all 12 of these cored. All right, we've got all of our peppers cored out real nice. Got all the seeds and veins out of there. I took our cheese stuffing mixture and put it in a Ziploc bag and cut the tip off. We're going to try and do this kind of like a piping bag. Normally I'd just spoon it on, like I said, when we cut them in half, you just spoon it in there. It's much easier. There is a method to why I'm doing it this way, and you'll see after a little bit, but we're going to give this a try. I've done this with cheese like this. Let's hope it works. Probably cut my hole too big. This might work, as long as my bag doesn't blow out. Okay, this could be an adventure. We may have to rethink this. Might just have to help it down in there a little bit. Kind of tricky. You don't know when you're all the way down. Ah, there's an air pocket under there. Kind of hear that. Okay. So, this may not have been the best idea, but again, like I said, I do have a plan. Let's hope it all works out. We may just have to go back to spooning this in. And of course, you don't want to, this could be an hour and a half video if you watch me do all that. So I'll keep working on these, and we'll come back and I'll let you know how it worked out. So we got these stuffed. It's a mess, But, you know, what's life without fun messes? And for those of you who are observant, you'll notice I have 13 jalapenos. Always get one extra, just in case. And on that first one, when I was coring, remember I said be careful not to split it out? Well, this one kind of split out. That's okay. It'll work too. All right. We've got our 13 jalapenos stuffed. Quite a bit of extra. We may have to scare up some more jalapenos or think of another recipe, but we'll put that in the fridge. That'll keep for a little while. The next step is you could do this before or after you stuff it, since this is a Halloween theme, and these are Halloweno Ghost Poppers. We're gonna poke some little eye holes in each one, and the theory is, as these things cook on the smoker, that cheese should ooze out of those eye holes and make nifty little scary ghost eyes. We'll see. Some of you might be saying to yourself, why the heck doesn't he practice these things before he gets on the camera? That way he knows it all works. Well, where's the fun in that? You'll notice also I wasn't using the piping bag. That didn't work out so well either, but as I always say, I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Sometimes we all learn together, but we're just here having fun, and we're just poking some eye holes in some Halloweno Ghost Peppers, trying to have a little fun. My buddy Skelly over here isn't very helpful. He just wants to eat what we're making, but that's all right. My wife, Mrs. Smokin and Drinkin, loves Halloween. So all of these this is just a small sampling of all of the decorations that she has throughout the house. It is one of her favorite holidays. So I don't know, do they celebrate Halloween in other countries? Let me know in the comments if you celebrate Halloween where you are, and let me know. I'll get our bacon out and we'll get started wrapping the bacon. All right, while I was getting the bacon unwrapped, Skelly over here reminded me, hey Mike, you forgot about the Fiesta pepper string cheese plugs we were gonna make. Thank you, Skelly. So, as you remember, I said we're going to plug the ends so all our cheese doesn't ooze out with little plugs made out of this string cheese. This is a little tip my buddy Chad told me about. Thanks, Chad. And I haven't done this yet. We're going to see how it works. But Chad is a brilliant barbecue smoker extraordinaire, so I'm sure it'll work great. Just kind of stuff that in there, and you could already see the cheese kind of oozing out of the eyeballs a little bit, so that's okay. That's what we're shooting for. We'll just get these holes on top plugged so the ghosts don't lose their brains, and we'll be right back. Got one little plug left over. We'll give that to Skelly, and then we'll get busy wrapping our little Halloweno Ghost Peppers with bacon. This is always a little bit tricky since they're kind of slippery. As I said, you want to be careful not to cover the eyes. There we go. There's one. Some of these littler ones probably would be able to get away with maybe half a slice, but we love our bacon around here. Yeah. Might have to improvise a little bit here so that we don't cover our eye holes. We'll have to do that one a little differently. We'll come back to him. Hey, got 2 slices here. Don't need 2 slices. That one worked out real well. All right, we'll get all these wrapped and we'll be right back. All right, this one here needs a little extra help. Needs a little more mummification here. There we go. All right, got our 13 little ghosties all wrapped up, and a couple of these others might want a little help too. Doesn't hurt to add a little bacon, as you know, bacon is awesome. I'm gonna put a little hat on that guy. Same with him. Hopefully that all stays on. Yeah, you know, if it falls off, we'll eat it anyway. All right, so one more step and then we need to get our Traeger preheating. We're going to season it with a little bit more of the pork and poultry rub. Just give it that extra little seasoning. Yeah, I'm a messy guy. Messy Marvin. Remember that show? All right. Get the Traeger preheated. We're going to set that to 250 for 60 minutes, and we are using hickory pellets on the Traeger. So we'll get that preheated and get these out to the Traeger and get started. As I said, we're going to put these on the Traeger at 250. I said 60 minutes. We're going to actually go 50 minutes. If you remember, I said there's one other secret step that we'll do. So we'll do that. All right, there we go. For 12, 13. All right, we'll let that go for 50 minutes and we will be back. It's been 50 minutes. We're gonna, oh, those are looking real nice. We're gonna take these inside and do one more special treatment. As I said, oh boy, the cheese is coming out everywhere. All right, we'll get these inside and we'll do the next step. What we're going to do, I'm going to slide these up out of the way for now. We are going to further mummify our Halloweno Ghost Poppers. We're going to take some croissant dough. And we're going to cut it into little strips, like little cloth mummification strips, and wrap our little ghost peppers. If I can get it out of there. There we go. So, we're just going to roll this out. Probably won't use all of it. Might make some croissants. I love croissants with some butter on. And then we're just going to cut, you know what? Mrs. Smokin and Drinkin had a great idea. Use the pizza cutter. So, we're just going to make some about an 1/8 to 1/4 inch strips. I don't know, just kind of guessing here. Just cutting all the way across. Yeah, I'll have to tell Mrs. Smokin and Drinkin that's a great idea. Of course she'll say, well, of course it was. Someday maybe we'll convince her to help us on camera. She's shy. Alright, I'll get all these cut and then come right back and we'll get to mummifying our Halloweno Ghost Poppers. Alright, so now we just need to take our little strips and mummify our Ghost Poppers. Oh boy, the doggies are excited. Okay, I can see we're going to use probably most of this. Don't want to cover up our eyes. Just kind of wrap it around, you know, kind of like those mummies we see on TV. Alright. It's going to take me a minute to do all of these. Never done this before, as you can tell. That guy lost his hat. Just one more on this little dude. Okay, I'll do the rest of these and then we'll be right back. Alright, well, they didn't quite come out the way they did in my head, but they'll do. Most of my cheese plugs melted out. I need to get a popper stand that stands them upright. That would have helped. But let's get them back on the smoker for another 10 minutes or so, and we'll check them out. All right, well, we've got our poppers done. Some things worked out, some things didn't. The cheese didn't ooze out of the eyes. I probably should have poked them first and then stuffed it and they would have come out, but that's okay. We're just having fun here. The mummification wrapping turned out nice. The bacon looks good. This is all looking real good. We're gonna have a taste of this. Okay, this is gonna be lava hot. I think what I'm gonna do is get a plate. Let's do a Disney plate. And let's just pick one here. I'm just gonna get a cut off of it here. I don't want to burn my mouth again. All right. There is the inside. Looks like we got it down in there real nice. Let's go ahead and take a taste. It is spicy. Very spicy. And to go along with this, of course, we're smoking and drinking. I've got a scary Bloody Mary. You can check out that video. I'll put a link in here. And we added our little Halloweno Ghost Popper. We've got some scary pickle fingers and apple mouth and mushroom skull, and of course a celery stalk, and traditional Bloody Mary mix. Let's have a taste of that, but we gotta make a little room. Mix up our vodka and our Bloody Mary mix. I'll try to do this without taking all the stuff out. Gotta take celery stalk out. Oh yeah, that's a delicious, scary Bloody Mary. Well, that's it for smoking and drinking. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and be sure to hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. And again, check out the scary Bloody Mary video. You should see how we made that. So until next time, as always, Prost.